Welcome to Convergence Healing with Peter Bedard, where we empower you to heal your pain on every level of your being, body, mind, spirit. Our show is about sharing solutions for creating the life you want. We invite you to stand up and choose a life of health, happiness, and joy. And we're here to show you how. This is Convergence Healing.
All right, here we go. We've been goofing off in the studio. We're really excited to be back with you guys. Welcome to Convergence Healing with Peter Bedard. So I always like to have a quote that I find connects me with my guest. So there's a quote I pulled from my book, Convergence Healing, Healing Pain with Energetic Love. You know, our guest, our guest, Jeff Sherman, is a master herbalist.
Correct.
And he is somebody that I've personally worked with in my life. He's helped me get through a few different things, and I find his work extremely valuable to the point where I even sent my mama to him. So this is a quote I pulled from Convergence Healing. If ever I feel sick, I do not settle for anything less than total wellness. It may take time to restore that sense of wholesome wellness, but because I am so committed to living in the present, I realize I have all the time in the world. It's a new and wonderfully strange experience to live in the moment and feel truly at peace with how things are while still holding a vision of what it will one day feel like to become completely restored, happy, healthy, and free. So with that, I'd like you to give a big round of applause. Woo! We want to get little sound effect machines or something here for my awesome friend, Jeff Sherman.
Thank you very much.
I'm really happy to have you here.
Wonderful to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I always try to bring you into my projects and to introduce you to people and the different things that are happening in the world.
I appreciate
that.
And
I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I know it's a bit of a journey. Jeff works in Thousand Oaks.
Correct.
And his office is about an hour, but you got here fast.
Wasn't too bad, no.
Right? You got here, it's about an hour's drive from here, and I send people to Jeff regularly. You know, part of my practice is identifying how we need to support our healing, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, and maybe it's a mental thing, maybe it's a body thing, maybe it's a nutritional thing, and Jeff is one of the people that I'm constantly referring to people, so please do check him out. So Jeff, I brought you on the show today because I really think you are a extremely valuable resource. And most people know the power of vitamins and supplements, but they are just sort of, you know, picking and hoping that what they take actually helps. Correct, and somebody may have told them that, hey, you need more vitamin C or you need more vitamin D. And we're like, okay, great, I'll go get that. But how do you know which brand works? How do you know if it's even what you need to take? And Jeff is your guy to go to. I've seen him help me on my testosterone issue. At one point, I crashed my testosterone level about 7 years ago when I bought my current house, and I had 6 weeks to flip that house. And when that happened, my testosterone level went down to what my Western doctor said was acceptable. And it was in a range that was so low, it was of a dead man. So the curve of acceptable is dead. Didn't like that too much. I didn't want to be in that level. I also didn't want to take synthetic hormones, but I was miserable. And I hurt all the time. I had very low energy. I felt very weak. And I was looking for solutions. And Jeff was one of the people I went to help me get through that period of life. And it really, really helped. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You're getting
That's
a public shout out for that.
I appreciate it. That's great.
I really, really do appreciate that. Jeff, tell us about what you do and how that works.
All right. I started in biochemistry, worked in a lab, got very disillusioned, started studying nutrition for my own health, for my children's health. And so I've been doing what I do now for 25 years. So what I do is everyone is unique. So you come in with a headache. What's your headache, right? What's the source of it? So I have a way of testing to find up to 20,000 imbalances and see what's going on with you. Which organs for you are weak? Are there infections? Are there hormone imbalances? Are there deficiencies? I'm very thorough hour-and-a-half testing to see everything going on in the body. Then I have over 3,000 products now, of which I've literally studied every one of them to see what's the right one for you.
Right.
So we can help put you together properly, along with nutrition, along with lifestyle. It's all important.
So the type of work you do, what is it called?
It's called Electro Dermal Screening.
Electro Dermal Screening, and it's about creating an individualized assessment.
Yeah, exactly. Assessment blueprint of the body. So, electromagnetic frequencies that flow through the body, comparing them to what's out there, what's the norm, if there is such a thing, to see what your imbalances are.
Right.
Everything's just an imbalance. So if you come in looking, say, what disease do I have? What disease has very strong connotation, right? I'm going to die from this. I'm going to be sick from this. Is incurable. If it's an imbalance, all the imbalances can be put into balance, and we can be healthy.
I like the framework, just the emotional, mental framework of that. Instead of looking at something that's going on in your body, instead of calling it a disease or a disease, it's actually calling it just an imbalance. That you're off balance, and we need to restore you to balance.
Exactly.
That in my head feels achievable. Disease doesn't feel achievable. Disease feels like an end. And
Which for most people it is.
right.
Yeah, they get that death sentence, whatever it is, and that's
Right.
it. They're stuck with it.
Right, and the brain, in fact, we've talked about this in past episodes, where the brain sort of latches onto it and it says, oh, that I guess I'm supposed to be sick. I knew a guy who didn't have any issues. I just met a gentleman, James Dentley, this past week, and he was talking about how he had lung issues. And he didn't know he had lung issues until he went to the doctor, and the doctor told him he had this really serious sort of disease in his lungs. And then right when the doctor told him that, he said, oh my God, you're right, I can't breathe.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
And there was the evidence that he had all this type of stuff, right? But he was living perfectly fine. And then when he was told that he had it, then all of a sudden he developed breathing problems. It didn't mean the disease didn't exist. It just meant that he wasn't living in the disease state.
Right.
So that experience of imbalance, I think that is a very powerful statement.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's a statement to the brain and to our psychology, really. So thank you for sharing that. So if somebody came to you, well, first, why do they come to you? What are the reasons why people seek you out?
I get a combination. Okay, I get people who've gone through the entire medical route. The doctors basically have given up on them. They come to me as a last resort. They come a lot of times out of desperation.
Right.
I have people that won't go to a doctor for anything. They only come to people like me.
So the opposite extreme.
The opposite
right?
extreme. And then I go to people that are looking for the alternative. They've been to the doctor, they're going through the medical route, and it's maybe helping a little bit, but they know there's more. They know there's something. It's usually because a friend told them, you don't need to be suffering anymore. Go to this guy. He's helped me.
So your work isn't necessarily incompatible with anything. It's
No.
actually something that you could add in as a solution, or it's something that you can bring in as the only thing you want to work in.
Exactly.
So it's actually individualized.
Yeah, I work
Right.
with each person individually. Now, obviously, there's some medications out there that are too intense. Then no matter what I give them, it's not going to help.
Right.
And I know that coming in when they tell me what they're going through. But for the most part, yeah, I can work with pretty much anyone.
So I like that, because you're not coming in with this sort of ego-driven point of, no, it's my way or the highway.
Exactly.
And I see that a lot in Western medicine and allopathic medicine, but I also see it in more of the holistic approach, that holistic practitioner that thinks they have the answer to everything.
Right.
And so I really, really like Jeff's approach, that he is coming at a solution based on your experiences and your belief system. And it's not that you're trying to convince anybody anything.
Definitely not.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I have no interest in convincing anyone of anything.
Right. But you also have a experience in knowing that things that you do and the way you do has a degree of success.
I have to believe everyone that comes in has the ability to get better.
Right.
If I didn't believe I could help you get better, I have no right working with you.
I absolutely agree with that. I so agree with that.
It's so important.
So talk to me a little bit more. Once somebody comes to see you and they're coming for a particular ailment, what do you do with them? You have this little machine.
Yeah. So basically, I run a scan on them. It can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Now, what does that look like? Because when I hear scan, I think the big, giant machines that I have to go through that so a lot of people get panic attacks about and stuff like
Good point. Very valid
that.
point.
What does it mean that you run a scan for?
Basically, I put probes against the acupuncture meridians on the hand. It reads the frequencies that are flowing through your body, compares it to 20,000 on the computer that have been studied for the past 50, 60 years, actually. Then I get a printout, several pages, of all the imbalances, what's in your body that's not matching up with the frequencies on the computer, but it's specific for you. Like you say, it's not this huge range, it's what's for you.
Right.
Then I can find exactly the right products that can help to put you into balance. But we will talk about your diet. Okay. Right? If you come in and say my diet is fast food and Coke, not much I can do for you. We have to make modifications.
Right.
I don't tell people they have to change everything overnight,
right.
unless you're, have cancer
right.
or something.
Right.
But I'm very cautious. Little changes. What can we modify? What supplements can we add in? And then I have them come in once a month for 2, 3, 4 months. It's not a forever thing. And most of the time they feel significantly better within a few months.
Right. So tell us, what is the primary reason? Oh, you know what, Base? I want to go back, though. It just popped into my head. Even the word probe. So probe, I think of that horrible joke, right? The anal probe back in the 80s. Like when I hear the word probe, that's what I think of. And so if people are coming to see Jeff, I want you to explain to them what a probe is.
Just a little piece of metal that goes against the meridians on the hand, just touches the hand.
It's something you hold.
You hold on to.
Okay.
And if you go to my website, I've actually made a video showing what it is.
Great.
So people can come in and they're already prepared. It's very simple.
So tell us the website real quick, and we'll have you repeat it later.
Okay, my company is Thousand Oaks Family Wellbeing, so it's the initials, TO, F as in Frank, WB as in boy, .net.
Right.
All right, and that's the website, and there's a video of me, 2-3 minutes, just showing exactly how it works. I've worked with, my youngest was 4 days old, and my oldest was 96.
Wow.
So it's safe for everyone.
That's
I can work with
huge
pregnancy.
realm.
I can work with someone who has a heart monitor or, anything, a pacemaker, anything like that. There's no contraindications.
Got it. So people come to you because they're in pain.
In pain, tired. I get a lot of fatigue.
That's the type of pain.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
That's
Emotional
true.
pain, physical
Emotional.
pain. Yeah.
I get depression.
Right.
I get it all. And then I get very healthy people that just want to stay healthy.
Nice.
I get 2 or 3 a year of those.
Oh, that's great. 2 or 3 a year. Wow. Okay, that's not a good statistic.
No, it's not. It's not. Most people come in because they feel totally broken down
Right.
and they need help.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, go back. Where were we with where before I interrupted on the probe? I just had a brain fart. Brain fart. Let's my brain catch up. I'm stuck on that visual. So now everybody is, aren't you guys?
I know, that's
great. You guys, it's like telling you not to think about pink elephants. You're thinking about it now, aren't you? All right. It's the probe.
We do not do that in the office.
Yeah, we
Yes,
do not
no,
do the probe.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
All right. Well, you got some interesting equipment here that you're going to talk about that I'm guessing help people heal different pain states or
Exactly,
different
yeah.
experiences
So
that they have.
when people come to my office, one thing I want to do is help them to feel better even before they leave the office. So I'm
Right.
always looking for other modalities that can help.
Great. So when we come back, I'm going to have you show us what those modalities are. Is that all right?
Fabulous.
Great. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're interested, check out convergencehealingteas.com. You can try all of these yummy, delicious teas that are actually crafted in my home kitchen to help you feel better. We have a Sleep Well blend, a No More Anxiety blend, and all of those ingredients in there are designed to help you feel better through the traditional qualities that Mother Nature has to offer. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you guys with me. We have the awesome Jeff Sherman here. Awesome, amazing, incredible. His work is really, really great. It's actually changed my life, and I've sent even people like my mom there, and he's had a nice influence on her life as well.
Thank you.
So Jeff is a master herbalist,
Correct.
is your title. And Jeff, we're going to get into some equipment that you have here in a moment, but people are always saying that, or I'm always hearing new things about, a lot of disease is actually because of vitamin D deficiency, or we always need to get more vitamin C in our body. What are the truths about that, or falsities about that?
That actually is very true. I find that virtually everyone's vitamin D deficient. The American Cancer Society said any sunlight's bad for you. Avoid the sun 100%. It actually says that in their annual report.
It still does?
It still does.
I thought they changed that.
Well, 2
Oh,
years
wow.
ago. I haven't looked at it last year.
Wow.
2 years ago it said that.
No, yeah.
It said all sunlight's bad. We can't live without vitamin D.
Absolutely
Okay?
not.
It's horrifying.
And nature and joy and life and,
exactly.
how can we, that doesn't
Best
make any sense to me.
antidepressant.
Yeah.
If you have an autoimmune disease, I guarantee you have a vitamin D deficiency.
And the
Just
sun is like the best antibacterial in the world.
wonderful, absolutely wonderful. There is that.
Wow.
We don't get enough vitamin C. We're the only one of only 2 species that does not produce vitamin C. So yes, we do need those. There's a lot of nutrients, and one of the things that I do, of course, is look for what nutrients they're deficient in. It's very important, and most people's diets pretty horrible. Bottom line, they're bad.
Well, our food in itself is bad. So even
is.
if you are a basic healthy eater, you're probably still not getting all the supplements and enzymes and all that type of stuff.
Exactly,
that you need.
yeah. And our food supply today has a fraction of the nutrients it did 50 to 100
Is that
years ago.
really true?
That's
Because
really
I
true.
hear that. You know, I've seen this the picture of a bushel of carrots, and they say, you know, in 1950 you had to eat this many carrots in order to get whatever vitamins are coming from that carrot, right? And then I see the graphic of, you know, they had to eat this many carrots in 2015, and maybe it's this like giant box of carrots. That's
Pretty
actually
accurate.
real.
It's pretty accurate, yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. And if you're
Wow.
having inorganic or a Monsanto-based type,
Right.
you're getting almost no nutrients at all. Your body
Really?
can't. Yeah, it's really. If you're doing genetically modified, you're killing your gut. You're destroying yourself.
Wow.
You're asking for disease.
Well, I buy mostly organic. I don't buy everything organic just because, you know, it's that whole paycheck type of
It is.
thing. But I'm glad to know that that gives me more impetus to continue to buy organic and
It's
fresh.
worth it. It's absolutely worth
and
it.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about canned food? Because
I
canned
can't tell
food's
you-
been around for, I mean, if it's canned organics, I mean, does that...
I don't eat anything from a can.
No, I don't either. Normally,
Ever,
when I
yeah.
was a kid, I used to.
Oh, yeah.
And I always try to have my earthquake supply. So I'm just curious, what
But
about...
that's different to have the emergency things.
Right,
Now, I
right.
do have an emergency organic pack at home,
Right.
which is nice.
Right.
Because most of the stuff in the emergency stuff is really terrible.
But it's nutrients.
But mine's organic.
Right.
But yeah, I pretty much avoid it. I don't want anything from aluminum. Never have any tomatoes of any kind. Tomato sauce, tomato paste.
From a can.
From an aluminum can, because you're absorbing it in. You're
Great
asking
advice.
for major disease
you're
there.
You're absorbing the metals, is what
Yeah.
you mean, right?
And the
Okay.
PCBs and everything else they line the cans with.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
bad stuff.
Good
But
to know.
I pretty much, I don't even have a can opener.
Okay. So, like,
own
what
one.
about? I love tuna. Don't tell me I can't eat canned tuna.
Okay, I won't.
Oh,
one-
really? I love. Oh, really? Is it that bad?
It's so sad what's happening to our tuna today. The amount of
really?
mercury that's in them. It's terrible.
Even
yeah.
if I like get wild caught, you know, at Trader
It's better.
Joe's.
It's definitely better.
Oh.
It's definitely better.
Oh,
We've destroyed our
here.
fish. It's really sad.
Right.
Yeah. And with the latest on salmon, no, never. If you're gonna have fish, no farm fish ever.
No farm, right.
Oh my goodness! If
Only
you saw it
wild
was in the
caught.
farm fish,
Right.
it's horrible.
Right. Okay. So my favorite fast food when I do, I have a very fast lifestyle, and I try to eat healthy and from my home. But you know, I hate cooking. I hate being in the kitchen.
I'm the same.
And I'm gonna go grab that sandwich somewhere. Now I try to grab at places like that advertise. That doesn't mean it's always truthful. But there's a particular sandwich place. I don't want to say it. So if I go there, they advertise that their tuna is wild caught.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they advertise that their
okay.
tuna is wild caught, and that their chicken. You guys know who I'm talking about. Their chicken is antibiotic free.
Antibiotic free is a good start.
It's a good start.
I don't believe it is, but it's a good start. But it's
Okay.
still farm chicken. Okay. Their food is far from healthy. Not even close.
Oh God!
I stopped eating there about, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
So where do I go?
The only fast food place I go to is Sharky's.
Sharky's
I-
pizza.
No, Sharky's is
Oh,
you might-
Sharky's.
yeah,
Right.
you have it down
Sharky's
here?
is the Mexican.
Mexican, yeah.
Right. Sort
Yeah.
of California pseudo-Mexican.
It's almost all organic. Yeah, it's really. Yeah, it's pretty much all organic. It's fresh.
Right.
They do a good job.
Okay.
So I go there.
All right.
That's about it. I don't do fast food ever.
All right,
I
well-
won't go. I definitely will not do In and
How
Out.
do you
Sorry.
do it then? So this is great. How do you, as someone who doesn't like to cook, how do you, in your busy schedule, because I know you have a very busy life.
Yes.
How do you eat?
There's half a dozen organic restaurants by me I'll go to.
Okay.
Now in Thousand Oaks, we don't have what you have down here. Well, I don't know what you have here. I know where LA's loaded.
Right.
We have almost nothing. So I go to the same places a lot, but I usually bring
Right.
a big salad with
And
me.
you have to go to a restaurant then. So you're talking
if I'm going to go out, yeah, exactly. Well,
Right.
they're not too bad.
Right.
You know, I go to Sharky's probably once a week.
Right.
But then also, do I get it? Do they pay me for that? No. Also, yeah, I bring salads
So
many
what-
days. I bring a lot of fruit with me.
So you actually prepare your food or
I
your
do.
food.
Yeah,
and you
just
do it,
nothing
even though
fancy.
You hate it. And...
Well, throwing a salad together is no big deal. I take a bunch of fruit with me in the morning. I love avocados.
I do. I love avocado.
Yeah. But no, it's hard. But I love to meet my friends after work. Mm-hmm. And there's Happy hour, forget that. It's a healthy happy hour, right? That's sad. That's a hard one, yeah.
Right.
But I do what I can.
Okay.
So I'm not a perfectionist, and I tell my clients you don't have to be a perfectionist. No one wants that.
Oh God, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people look at me and they think I'm like this vegan, holistic, everything healthy, and you know what, guys, I'm not.
Yeah, it's
not.
difficult.
And you know, one of my big things that I'm going to have one day is I'm going to have a chef. And that chef is going to prepare all my meals, and I'm going to take it with me. I haven't had a microwave in about 20 years.
Good.
So that's good. But,
Excellent.
So tell me a little bit more about supplements. What can somebody who's just looking for some advice on how to feel better, what's some basics type of something that they can grab?
Well, if they want to do a multivitamin, you make sure it's a whole food vitamin.
Okay.
Okay, that's the
And that will
important thing.
say it on the label?
Yeah, we'll say whole food. I can say some names if you want that you can get at the health food stores. Yeah. I have some in my office that are higher quality, better made. But there's some you get in the stores that are actually very good. But it must be whole food, a whole food type, not whole food the store. Don't go there. No, whole food style. Because if you get like a Centrum, your body's absorbing almost nothing, and it's got synthetics in it. It's got chemical. It's horrible stuff.
Right.
You're getting more harm than good. And they've proven that.
Huh, really?
They've actually
so
proven
we
that.
can actually say that without any controversy. Okay, great.
If I create a controversy on that one, I'm okay with that. But
right, I like that.
It's garbage. I would never put that in my body, okay? But a whole food vitamin is a good way to start.
Okay.
Vitamin D, again.
And it'll say that on the label?
Yes.
Okay, so whole food multivitamin. Go grab one. Okay?
Yeah, and like I said, I'm happy to say some stuff you can get at the stores if you want.
Okay.
Vitamin D most people need. Vitamin C is a good one. But again, that is something I determine when they come in, what do you need? Because people come in and they'll bring 3-4 boxes of products they're taking.
Yeah.
Because they read, I need more of this, I need more of this, or they get some of those magazines that are promoting stuff, and they buy everything. I don't want to take that many pills
It's
myself.
so confusing out there.
Yeah. The good news is if you're having whole food vitamins, it's almost impossible to overdose. I can't say it can't happen. It's almost impossible. So yes, you're wasting your money. You're probably not helping yourself that much, but you're not going to hurt yourself. It's like having too big of a salad.
Right.
Whereas with the synthetics, you can.
Right.
All right. But there are certain nutrients. I believe everyone every day should have a curcumin capsule of some type. Okay. Turmeric. Which most people are familiar with turmeric. So curcumin is a small percentage of turmeric.
Right.
Curcumin, the studies on it at a specific type that I want to talk about, not all curcumin, because most of them you absorb almost nothing. Major anti-cancer benefits, major anti-Alzheimer's benefits. And I can say these because I have all the studies to back it up.
Right.
Incredible things. It is the strongest anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatory there is. Now, what's inflammation? Depression's inflammation, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. It's all inflammation. Curcumin, the right kind, which is called BCM95, it's a specific kind all the studies were based on, helps with all of that. Right. So I recommend pretty much everyone take one, unless you're allergic to turmeric. Everyone should be taking one. I make sure every day I take mine. Nice. Because it's prevention.
That's great. Every morning I make a little smoothie, and I don't know if this is good, but I have a blend that I put with, it's turmeric and cayenne and cloves and
ginger.
Yep. Yeah, and cinnamon.
Perfect.
And it's a little powder that I actually made myself, and it's a little powder that I got. It's all organic, and I put that in with some coconut milk, and sometimes I throw a banana or something like that in there, some spinach or something like that, and it's so good. And that's basically how I start my day.
See, that's fabulous, and everybody would benefit from that. Just know you would need 500 turmeric capsules to give you enough curcumin as in one of my gel caps.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you're getting lots of other benefits from the turmeric. There's phenomenal benefits there.
Right.
Okay, longevity.
And the other ingredients.
And the other ingredients as well, but specifically on that one, ginger, life-saving, cayenne,
good
fabulous.
For the gut. Yeah.
Incredible, yeah. My teacher, the only herb that he ever wrote an entire book on was cayenne, because it saved his life, and he thought that was the greatest thing ever. Now, I put it up there very high, but I think curcumin beats that now. But he didn't know about that one back in the 50s when he wrote his books.
Right. Okay. So you got a couple items here?
Yeah. So again, when people come to my office, I want them to be able to get better almost immediately. So I discovered it's called a cold laser.
I love cold lasers.
Isn't it amazing?
It's that small now.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And the price has come down so much. They used to be like $18,000.
I worked with a cold laser years ago when I had an infection in my eye, and the doctors told me I'd have a gouge in my eye, and I had to take antibiotic drops, and that my eye would never heal properly because I was pruning a bush and I turned my head and I literally scooped out some of the white of my eye. I know, isn't that disgusting? But my eye was okay. But the eyeball was okay. But I had this
thank
gouge
God.
on the side of my eye. And the doctors, I went to my traditional allopathic doctor, and all they gave me were drops, and they wanted to make sure that my retina wasn't damaged. But they said I'd have this lopsided gouge in my eye. And I did the cold laser. You guys, this is amazing. I did this in 4 treatments in 24 hours, and the infection was completely gone, and my eye completely healed. None of that gouging. You can't even see a scar or anything.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So these cold lasers are phenomenal. Will you show it?
Yeah, so sorry.
There's people trying to take our cold laser that are in the room.
So I have 4 of these in my office that we use on people. And we use it for everything from inflammation to healing, like you say. What I love about this is, okay, you have an injury, okay? You can't get hurt on this one. It's called a cold laser because you cannot possibly burn on it.
Yeah, I didn't want people to really recognize that because, again, like a lot of other words, we have an idea of what that means.
I can hold it here.
Yeah. And so it's not going to, it's a
If
laser,
I fall asleep,
it's not going to harm you.
Not going to hurt in any way. So you get a cut, right? And then it heals, but the pain never goes away. You have this now memory of pain.
Right.
This actually erases the cellular memory of the pain. It helps the body to heal.
Neat. And I know these are used in plastic surgeons' offices where they now can get rid of that, even that little fine hairline scar.
Exactly.
They use the cold laser for that.
Difference with this one, those can actually burn you.
Oh.
Okay?
Those are
if you don't
cold
move
lasers?
The cold lasers, but you have to keep moving them.
Ah,
okay?
interesting.
This is the first one that's been used for, is actually FDA approved for home use because you can't get hurt on it. You know, if a child grabs it and even looks at it, it's not going to hurt them.
Nice.
Okay? So it takes a little longer, but you get the same results.
That is fantastic. And is it safe for everybody? Like,
Everyone.
So
Yeah, absolutely
for,
everyone.
Say, pregnant moms.
Yeah, I have to tell people for pregnancy, of course, never hold over the baby. There's never been anything shown it could hurt, but we have to play it safe.
Right.
And we're not supposed to ever use it on cancers, but you know, if somebody has cancer, they have edema, I'm going to use it on the edema.
Okay.
I just won't use it on the cancer.
I've
Otherwise,
actually
there's no
heard
country-
it been used on cancer before, but it's not
we
recommended.
can't legally
anymore.
use that, yeah.
Because I know that it affects cellular mass.
Absolutely.
So, okay, interesting. So
I wouldn't hesitate
we did not
to use it-
recommend that.
No, but for the same person, fine, just not for the cancer.
Right. So for the swelling, all that type of stuff.
Anything like that,
Right.
yeah.
Very cool. And what's this other
This
object
is something that I'm so amazed with. We have something called pulsing electromagnetic frequencies, PEMF. Okay, so this is a little mini one, and all it does, you probably can't even see the light on there. But if you have a pain, you just put on the pain.
Can I see it?
You just put it, and we have a strap, and it straps on the pain, and it runs for a half hour. But I tell people to do it 3-4 hours, and it puts the body into a healing mode and does miracles for the pain, headaches, stomach aches, anything. Now, in our office, we have a whole pad, this large pad.
It's I can barely feel it.
Exactly.
If I really, really tune into it, I can feel a little pulse, but it's not, it doesn't feel like very much.
No, but it does work really, really well. Gallbladder attacks everything. So with this one, it's strictly for pain. The one we have in our office is a full body one, and we can program it like a Rife to about 300 different settings.
Like a Rife?
In other words, there's specific frequencies
Got it.
for anything
So you're
from
talking about Rife frequency.
right
Understood.
frequencies.
Okay.
But it's actually, they use it at UCLA in the pain clinic. That's
Neat.
how it's a medical device that phenomenal for healing pain.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to have a little cup of our happy kidney tea, and we hope to see you back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're interested, check out convergencehealingteas.com. You can try all of these yummy, delicious teas that are actually crafted in my home kitchen to help you feel better. We have a Sleep Well blend, a No More Anxiety blend, and all of those ingredients in there are designed to help you feel better through the traditional qualities that Mother Nature has to offer. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Convergence Healing Podcast with Peter Bedard. I am sitting down with Jeff Sherman, Master Herbalist, and we were having a conversation on the break with one of our studio guests who actually who snagged the cold laser, just went and grabbed it. She was talking about how she had a cesarean and there's some scar tissue, and Jeff here said, yeah, that would help her eliminate that scar tissue.
It does help to break it down. That was saying also MSM, which is nutritional sulfur, one of the most abundant elements in the body, helps break down scar tissue and helps the body rebuild healthy.
Oh, interesting. So what if somebody had a scar that was discolored, like, some people, they have their skin doesn't. It gets affected by the sun, right? When it's healing, and it may
Right.
color, it may be darker than their actual regular tone or that type of thing. Is that sulfur? Will that help with that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
So
internal
help
and external.
normalize.
Yeah, people
And
that have
external.
scar tissue in their body from surgeries in the past. Stomach thing, it helps that to heal as well.
So there's like a topical that you can put on.
There is
for
a
that?
topical, yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, it works
Right.
amazing.
Really? You are just well, okay. So one of the things when you actually walk into Jeff's space, he has this room of 3,000. You said
About 3,000 products.
3,000 products, supplements, vitamins, herbs, all that type of stuff. And it to me, it would be like, holy crap! How do I have any idea what anything does here? And you know all of those
I do.
ingredients.
I do. I've
You
studied
know-
every one of them.
That's remarkable.
I go to weekend classes about every 6 weeks.
Really?
Yes.
So you're studying, learning, taking
Constantly.
notes. That's
Constantly.
amazing.
Watch webinars almost daily.
Right.
I try to read 1.5 to 2 hours a day.
And a lot of people are putting out stuff like that. Some really educated people are putting out, major studies and stuff online to share with people.
It's really great. Yeah.
It's really amazing. I'm seeing a lot of that. And we're trying to be part of that too, and just sort of getting information like this out to people as best as possible, because you guys do have solutions for healing. There are so many options for you, and you may find one that works. You may find one that doesn't work. What works for one person may not work for another person. But all of us in this modern day have some sort of supplemental deficiency. And when we can bring ourselves up to a point of feeling good again and our body getting the support it needs nutritionally, a lot of disease and inflammation and things like that will literally take care of itself. So
Exactly.
that's why I was so excited to have Jeff on the show with us today, because it's a way where for relatively low cost, vitamins can be pretty expensive, but Jeff gave out some suggestions already for a Whole Foods multivitamin.
Correct.
Right? So a Whole Foods multivitamin as well. Up, our machine's beeping over there in the corner. That's all right. And what was the other thing? Let's get that.
Yeah, I'll show what you do.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to show you. You always hit the right button to keep it going. So when it goes off, just hit the right button. There you go.
All right, so we got our cold laser reactivated for our scar
There you
tissue.
go.
So two of your recommendations are Whole Foods multivitamin, and what was the other one?
The other one is a curcumin
Curcumin.
product, a BCM 95 curcumin.
Right, and am I hearing-
Specifically, it's got to be that one, because most of them, they leave the body. If they even get absorbed, they have about an hour and a half life in the body. The BCM 95 has 10 to 12 hour life in the body.
Nice. And
Big difference.
Doesn't curcumin have to be combined with coconut? Isn't there something that I remember reading something about when you combine coconut with turmeric, it allows the body to uptake the benefits
Any
of the
fats
turmeric.
will help,
Okay.
but not anything close to what this one will do. What
Got
they've
it.
done is they've taken the turmeric, broken it down with a cold water process, and then add the essential oil of turmeric back in. And that increased the absorption tenfold and stayed in the body
so it's
for
like
about 6 times longer.
Right. Got it. So curcumin, whole food vitamin, multivitamin, and I'm hearing sulfur, MSM.
Well, MSM, again, I've got so many products, and it's what's specific for you.
Right.
Anybody comes in, I could easily come up with 50 things you'd benefit from.
Right.
I won't take that many. It's ridiculous.
Right, I just want to. I want people to go see people like Jeff all over the country. But for those who don't have those options, I want to provide some at least easy solutions, accessible. Really, I
Right.
think is a better word. Accessible solutions to immediately start, improving your life.
Well, another thing that most people would benefit, virtually everyone, is an omega-3 fish oil.
Right.
Okay? But again, quality makes all the difference.
Like I've been hearing a lot about New Zealand and fish oils produced in the waters in New Zealand
Exactly.
because they're so pure and
Makes a big
and
difference.
that type of stuff. Right.
The one that I use, it took 10 years to develop, and they take this fish, and it's grown. It is in the New Zealand area, but it's wires on both sides, so the water's flowing through. So we have to say it's farmed, but it's natural.
Right.
Okay. They take the salmon, they cut the head off, because the highest concentration of the omega-3s are in the brain.
It's salmon fish. Okay.
Salmon. So the highest concentration in the brain. So they sell the body as food, but the mercury and any toxins, even in this pure water, there's still some, can't break through the blood-brain barrier.
Oh, interesting.
So it's totally pure, and they have a process called victimization that increases your body's ability to absorb it 3 to 4 fold.
I just had this idea of salmon heads. That's like, ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either.
Right.
Oh, great.
But okay, so
Thank you so much for that beautiful description.
I'm sorry. I know. It's like a probe. It's bad.
We're back to that one. No, but it's the only one I carry. It's so much better than all the others.
Got it. And so there really is a big difference between different fish oils.
Most fish, if you knew how it was made, you would never put it in your body.
Really?
Yeah, it's really disgusting.
All right, I don't want details on that, but I'll take
Well, let's
your
just
word
say
for it.
there's a lot of benzene gas they use to break it down, and you can't get it all out.
Right.
They basically soak it in benzene to
So
strip
you
out the oil.
soak it in a poison in order to get the good healing.
Exactly.
That's not
Yeah.
logical.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Jeff, how can people find out more about your work and just about information out there, like what you do?
Okay. Well, again, we have the website,
Right.
which is TOF as in Frank, WB as in boy, ThousandOaksFamilyWellbeing.net. You can go to that and explains what I do, explains the lasers on there. This is not on there yet, but the LuxPro, our big pad, is on there. All our different modalities we show on there.
So people can read up about them and get a background education type
Exactly.
of thing. That's fantastic.
They're
I like
welcome
that.
to email me from there
Okay.
and ask me any questions. I do respond to every email myself.
Are you on any kind of social media or anything like that?
I'm on Facebook.
Facebook, great.
So the Thousand Oaks Family Wellbeing, we have a Facebook page, and we
Great.
put stuff out every day. Things like we were just talking about has all been on there.
Great.
So we put a lot of good information on there. But I'm accessible. I talk to people when they call.
You actually answer the phone.
No, never.
Okay.
Never. No. I'm in appointments from the time I get there till the time I leave.
Right.
And when I'm in an appointment, unless your life's on the line, I'm not going to
Right, but
leave
you'll
my
talk
appointment.
to somebody.
But
if
I will
they-
return all the calls. I always
that's
do.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm very, I like that one-on-one. I like working with people.
Yeah.
And I do not want to see anyone suffer, so I'm happy to talk to people.
And I think that's an important part of healing. So the fact that you have such good bedside manner, that's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much for being here. I know it's a trek. I appreciate your coming
my
out
pleasure.
here.
It's great.
And we're working on bringing the goodness out into the world.
Absolutely. You're doing
Right.
a great job.
Oh, thank you. So for all of you listening, you can find us still on the Reverie TV platform. You can also find us on Stitcher and Google Play and Chromecast, through Chromecast, and let's see, iTunes and SoundCloud, all those wonderful places. Leave us your comments. Let us know what you're thinking. We want to know what you're interested in, what you're thinking, your opinions, your judgments, what you thought about our guest, and any ideas that you may have on future episodes. If you're struggling with something, let me know, and I will look for somebody who can actually help you to heal. So I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for tuning in. And Jeff, thanks for being my guest.
Thank you very much for having me here.
I really
Had a great time.
appreciate it. All right.
My pleasure.
See you all next week. Ciao.
Welcome to Convergence Healing with Peter Bedard, where we empower you to heal your pain on every level of your being, body, mind, spirit. Our show is about sharing solutions for creating the life you want. We invite you to stand up and choose a life of health, happiness, and joy. And we're here to show you how. This is Convergence Healing.